35192. Send me a text there, AlanCoxShow.com. Watch live. Brand new Poundcake podcast is there as well. And brand new episode of the Poundcake Sports Break in a little over an hour today. Around 5:30 we'll do that. Alan, talk about claustrophobic. Watch 13 Lives on Hulu. Oh, yeah, that's that story with the kids that were in the mine. That soccer team in Thailand or something.
Are the kids hot? Because if they're not hot, he's not watching.
I want nothing to do with it. Yeah, Viggo Mortensen and Colin Farrell, I think, play the expert divers. That really is an amazing story that they got those kids out. All of them out. Because but those cave, I mean, first of all, you take the cave or the tunnels like The Descent, right? That's a horror film, but I mean, that's
where I stand
freaky enough.
Monsters.
I know Mary didn't like the cave monster.
No, I believe they're real.
But then you throw water into the mix, and I'm like, no, thanks. Holy Christ. No. Guardians play tonight. They're hoping to sweep the Kansas City Royals. They've already beaten them twice. Third of 3 is tonight. That's 8:10 tonight in MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. I was reading about how guys in relationships are happier if they think they're funnier.
I can believe this.
Right? If they're in a relationship, when they think they're funnier than their girlfriend, that makes them a lot happier in long-term relationships.
You don't even have to be. You just have to think you are.
Right.
Right. Well, that's the thing. That overall guys tell more jokes than women and think their jokes are funnier. Right? That's why dad jokes get such a bad rap. Because they're like, oh, they're whatever. They're puns or whatever. Don't get on your I hate puns high horse. But men think they're funnier and they're happy in relationships when they believe they're superior in the comedy department. You're saying that's not true with you.
No, my boyfriend thinks he's hilarious, but he.
But is he?
No, I don't think so.
Like Gwen is funnier than I am, and I think I'm pretty good at being funny.
Just today, we were texting about having friends over, and I wanted to get this specific cheese from the West Side Market, but I didn't have time to go get it. So I was like, hey, I didn't get the expensive cheese. I just went to the Market District by my wax center. And he said, you got cheese at the wax center? Was it from Munda cheese?
Alan, you get why it's funny. That's hilarious.
And I was like, I can't.
Except he texted that.
Yes.
Like, even if you said it out loud, that wouldn't be that funny. He texted it.
This is his caliber of comedy.
Okay.
And his daughter thinks he's absolutely hysterical.
She's 6.
One of the funniest things she
but
told me.
But he's not throwing a from Munda cheese joke at his 6-year-old.
No, we were driving in the car talking about dinner, and she said something about spaghetti, and he said spaghetti in a very funny way. She laughed her head off and then said, you know, Mary, Daddy's funnier than you. I was like, okay, because he said,
oh, really?
Spaghetti.
Have you heard my 10-minute hunk on my dad?
Come on now.
Come on.
Let's be honest.
Do you hit her with, well, this is what I do to make a living? So, no, not hit her.
Well, try it.
No.
That'd be real funny, huh?
No.
By the way, she is supposed to think that her dad is funnier than you.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. But I think it goes to his head that he's like, I'm hilarious. I'm sorry that I'm so funny. But where he will make dad jokes in public that people politely laugh at, and he'll be like, see? And I'm like, no. They are just being nice
But
to
if
you.
it keeps you happy, that's why he's so happy.
They are just being nice to you.
Happy-go-lucky dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the matter with just being nice to somebody?
Nothing at
And
all.
how do you
just
know
being
they're
nice.
just laughing to be nice?
Right. Maybe
They
they
might-
think it's
Maybe
hilarious.
they're having a good laugh.
They might be.
Are you trying to rewrite the script to make them seem like they're giving pity laughs when
I
they
feel
might
like they're
actually
pity laughs.
be giving genuine laughs?
They could be giving genuine laughs as well. I don't know. But he gets very upset when I have told him that he's not that funny. I'm like, babe, you have a lot of great qualities. Timing and humor, not really one of them. There's
She
a
said
lot.
you
You
ain't
got
got
a
no
lot of
time?
things going for you. No, I mean like timing of saying things
I
in
know.
conversation.
Well, you're
Yeah.
also coming at it, though, from the perspective of somebody who works at those things.
And I have to explain
He's
to
out
him-
there. He's out there living his life.
Yeah.
You know?
I have to
It's
explain
like a guy
to
who
him.
builds a deck on his own and it's good. It's sturdy.
He made a
looks
deck.
good, and a contractor comes along and goes, didn't do this, didn't do that. Hey, the deck is sturdy.
I can sit
I'm
on it.
having fun on it.
Right?
I can grill on it. It's stained properly.
When we first started dating, I had to explain to him that my friends are the funniest people in the country. That the people that I associate with most are literally the funniest people. They get paid every weekend, sometimes to do theaters, to be the funniest people in the country, sometimes the world. I'm sorry that I don't find all of your jokes that funny.
Well, that's why it's called a sense of humor. There's no hard, fast rules about it.
and
There are
there's not.
people filling arenas where plenty of other people go,
Don't like it.
not for me.
Right. But
That was at one of Mary's shows.
he's very much in the dad humor, puns, those types of jokes is very much where he lives.
Which, when you're not doing it for a living,
Doesn't matter.
you can just float in that pool on your back for the rest of your life.
Happy with it.
Nothing wrong with that. They did also point out that guys use more aggressive and self-enhancing humor styles than women in their relationships do. Not self-deprecating, self-enhancing.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, right? I didn't even know this is a type.
Self-enhancing?
That seems to go against all of the stated rules of humor.
Yeah.
A simple way to please your man
No.
is to let him think that his jokes are better than yours.
No way!
Which, by the way,
Why can't you
but
do
again,
that?
you're- but
Make
you're-
make your man happy.
But you are in a different situation. These are just people out there living their lives.
Not
Maybe
different,
she's
Alan.
He's telling you to
maybe
lie.
maybe she's a nurse. Relationships are all based on tiny little lies
Yeah.
to make another person feel good.
I'm not going to lie to you about being funnier than me. You're out of your mind.
That's
You
the only
are
thing
out
she
of your
has,
mind.
Alan.
But there's a difference
Screw
between
you, Cody.
there's a difference between being funnier than someone and maybe getting off a line that's better than one you would have come up with.
Yes. He
Yes.
has had probably 2 or 3 of those in the 2 years we've been
That's what
together.
I'm saying.
Mhm.
And he can eat lunch on those for a decade.
He
Who
still
cares?
brings it up. We went to the Monster Truck Rally for our 1-year anniversary.
Traditionally a hotbed of comedy.
Right. And there was a lobster-shaped car called Crustacean.
Yep.
Crush Station, get it? And
Nope.
okay. And it tore it up. It did great. It was like a smaller car, so it could really like get some air, and it's going, and it's like doing its like circles, and my boyfriend stands up and he yells, he's like, yeah, that's what I call surf and turf. And I was like, that was a good one. Okay, I'll give you the surf and turf line for the lobster-shaped monster truck.
See, that's not funny.
See,
Yeah,
I
what
gave
was
him
the
that
surf?
one. Because it was like flying. It was like spinning and flying.
That's a fake laugh.
It's real.
And it's a lobster.
Did it jump into a giant above ground pool of butter?
No, it is a lobster, surf, turf, monster truck. I gave him that one, and he still brings up surf and turf. We'll be like talking, and he'll say something. I'm like, no. And he's like, surf and turf?
That's his go-to.
Yeah.
Hey,
Surf
Alan,
and
could you meet
turf.
me over here?
Maybe,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the
I,
it can't really be surf and turf if there's
No, I don't think so.
I don't know if
No,
that was a
there's
good
a
Listen,
lot
one.
of
I'm trying to give him
Anyway,
credit.
hey, Mary, we're
listen,
back.
yeah, please. He is a vegetarian, so he
He doesn't really get it.
know
Mhm.
the surf, and yet he is. Well, anyway, this also implies that women, like they're doing
Are
their
not
guy
funny?
a favor. Well, no, it implies that they are funny, but they're giving it up for their man. Like,
I
oh,
would
honey,
never.
there are plenty of women are like any other group of people. Some winners, whole lot of losers.
Sure.
So, and that goes for the comedy thing too, which is why people come up to you and your female peers and go, you know, I usually don't think women are funny, but
Ugh.
right. But I would think that butt would be a nice thing.
You see it coming from a mile. But my
But
point is,
imagine
you
they
don't
came-
have to say the first part.
But imagine if they came up to you and only said the first part. They go, you know, I don't usually think women are funny.
Have a good night.
You're waiting for the butt.
But if you're going to compliment me, you don't have to say, I don't normally think women are funny. You can start at the butt and just say, I really enjoyed your show. You can just say that.
Yeah, but I think people.
Oh, so you don't have to say, "Hey, keep at it."
Yeah, keep going.
Like,
But
yeah,
I think,
was-
but I think That's how people, because they don't really know what to say.
Compliment.
Well, because to them that is how they drive
They
home.
think it's a high compliment.
Right. That's how they drive home the point that, hey, you even got me,
Right.
who never saw a woman that made me chuckle.
Right.
You got me to laugh.
Every woman I've ever dated has told me how funny I am.
Yes.
So what am I
Yes.
supposed to do?
They've told me that I should go up there. Oh, have they? They said that.
Lots of people say that, don't they?
Lots of people, yeah. Because it's easy to be the funny guy in your office or around your friends.
Now I'm trying to think of more jokes that he's had. And
Well,
there's
listen,
not many.
I don't think after the
He doesn't tell them again and again like we do.
I guess that's true too.
after the victory of surf and turf, you might not need more than that. So but overall in this whole study, they say that laughter is truly the best medicine in a relationship because being with somebody that makes you laugh is very important. You know, and women will say that. I just want somebody that makes me laugh. But you don't see them with ugly dudes who are hilarious either.
Yeah,
So
you do.
they're-
Have you seen some comics' girlfriends and wives?
But those guys
Way
are
out of their league.
But those guys are like successful,
I
wealthy
guess,
comics.
okay.
That's
Not
different.
even. Sometimes dating.
Sometimes you'll see some like of the grungy open micers that can, because they're funny.
Yeah.
They got
They
this
can,
hot chick.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, but
pull-
is it because of that, or it's just some chick that they've kept around from college?
No.
No.
Oh.
It's like a chick they met at an open mic. She
Oh,
was
yeah?
at the bar and she's super
Good
oh
for
my God,
them.
you're so funny.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's hard to sustain, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but you
Yeah,
still
who cares
land
about
in it.
sustaining
That's
it?
right.
I'm not worried about
Well, but
sustaining.
these are talking about relationships. Anybody can pull tail on a Tuesday night, you know.
So this is telling me to cut him more slack.
No.
Let him be funnier. He's not going to be funnier than me, but let him be funnier in general.
Well, maybe just
Why are
don't
you
tell him
so-
that he's not funny.
But
I'm
why
not
are-
going to laugh at a joke that sucks.
But why are you so resistant to the concept of him potentially being funnier than you?
I'm not resistant to it. I would love it.
Right.
But that's not, I'm like
just
I
not
said,
the reality she's
humor is
living
not
in.
a reality that, and you know what is just honestly.
So you're saying that it really isn't about you. No matter who he was with, he wouldn't be funny.
Now, here's what is insane to me. When I went to the first like full family gathering and Brian was the funniest member of his family, I was like, okay, now I understand.
You're like, oh, the bar is just
So
above
low.
the ground.
Where I was like, I texted my family group chat because they're all like, oh, Brian's so quiet. He doesn't really chime in, da, da, da. But I have a very overpowering lot of strong personalities in my family. And I go to this and I text my family group chat. I was like, you guys are never going to believe this, but Brian is the funniest one in his family. My sister just texted back, that's a shame.
But maybe that's where he got a false sense of security.
I 100%
When
think
he
that
goes
it is.
home, they're howling.
Oh, yeah. He'll crack a joke that's not even that funny at like a birthday party or something. The whole room erupts and I'm like, what? And I guess it is a difference from the conversation of counter depth fridges or how to grow grass. So
He said surf and turf. It was, oh man, because there was the surf and the turf. Hey, listen, don't diminish the impact of counter depth fridges, even though I don't even think I know what that is.
that's what we're on one of those right now.
A counter depth fridge.
We're talking about getting a new fridge and it has to be counter depth. It's literally the same depth as the counter, so it all blends together.
Oh, so it's pretty literal.
Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like.
I thought, oh,
Not all fridges. Some fridges stick out an inch or two, Alan, and that's just
I see.
how do you live that way?
I see. Well, then wouldn't you want a fridge depth counter?
No, because I think counters. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anything about it.
You know, we're renovating, and boy, we compared prices between counter depth fridges
more
and fridge
expensive.
depth counters. Yeah.
Counter depth fridges are like $2,000 more.
Yeah, because they trick people into thinking it matters.
Yes.
Dude, I've had this conversation.
Honey, is that 2 inches that creeps out past the counter worth $2,000 to you? That's $1,000 an inch, honey.
Maybe that's his true
Those are
comedy,
downtown prices.
Is he's doing like long trolls on you.
That I have to just accept that this is my life. That counter depth fridges are my life.
I mean, it sounds
I'm talking
like things-
sod with his father.
I switched to Poundcake. I thought that was a real laugh.
Got him. But yeah, that's not something I can do.
Huh.
I do give him credit where credit is due. When he gets a good line off, I'm like, there it is, babe.
I
You
want to
got
know
it.
what another good line is.
I am really
Surf and
struggling.
turf did not scratch me where I
I
itch.
am really struggling to come
and
up with one.
I believe in him.
But
he's
also,
had
does
a
he
few.
make jokes where he's being corny on purpose to get you riled up? Because I've done that once or twice.
Not even to just once or twice. No, I think that's just where it is for him. Just from everything I've seen in the last 2 years, that's where his baseline is corny puns.
Maybe unlike the three of us, Mary, he's not desperate for attention. Maybe he doesn't need to be the center of attention all the time. Maybe he's content doing what he's doing, making you think that he's just not that funny.
Yeah.
It's not important to him.
I mean, he's got a lot of other great qualities, and I remind him of that all the time.
Honey, you've got a lot of great qualities.
You don't need this one.
This one doesn't have to be yours. This one is mine.
I'm kind of surprised.
What, that he's not that funny?
No, because I'm surprised that you are with someone that's not that funny.
It was a struggle.
According to you, he's not that funny. I don't know.
No, but this puts you in a better spot, because if he was really funny, you would feel competitive toward him all the time, and the two of you would just eat each other alive. You know you would. If you were dating somebody who was genuinely funny, you would constantly feel competitive towards them.
I don't know that I've ever dated somebody who's genuinely funny.
This is what I'm saying. You're proving my point.
Slept with.
Yeah, the comics I slept with aren't even that good.
But you're proving my point. You could find funny people.
Shut up, Bill.
That's why it's easier for you. It's easier for you to be with somebody who's not funny, because then there's no.
That this is my thing.
Right.
I don't need you to have this thing.
Right.
He's got literally everything else. He's got a great job. He's got great D. He's well off. Like
I wouldn't want to be on the hook all the time for being like, if we're somewhere and I'm just not all that engaged, and Gwen's in there, she's awesome. Yeah. She's hilarious. Nobody's looking at me like, well, what's up?
Yeah.
You like doing that heavy lifting.
I can do that. I can be the guy at the party, but he's actually really good. The thing is, I think I'm just too harsh on him, because when we...
Oh, really?
Oh, you do?
You think that might be it?
Wait, what?
You think you might be a little overcritical of the guy?
Because, honestly...
I'm surprised he hasn't texted you yet and be like, what the hell, if he's listening.
Mary's too harsh on Brian.
When we go to parties and stuff, he's a hit. Everybody loves him, but I think it's because he has a very non-threatening, bubbly, kind of dad-jokey personality.
But he's also not on.
No, he's not.
Your brain is more analytical about what's funny.
Yes.
And that keeps you from just having fun.
Not keeps me from having fun. It keeps me annoyed when people laugh at things that I don't think are funny.
You get annoyed by people laughing.
Not at him. This is in general.
Right.
If someone makes a joke that I don't find funny and a group of people laugh, I'm like, low bar.
But that's a group of people who are happy.
I understand.
And you're going, nah. You're the only one.
But I'll give a little snort.
But it's not last comic standing. You're not in competition with them.
This is something I've struggled with my whole life. Where if I'll be like...
We have the three of us, we have devoted our adult lives to trying to make people laugh.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. No matter what kind of bag we get on our face and whatever kind of, the bottom line is we're all trying to make people laugh and be happy.
Right.
When other people do that, you get annoyed at them.
I get annoyed at the people laughing. That's what it is. So, like, if I'm on a plane and the lady's given the safety demonstration and she says something like, I don't know, something about maybe an emergency exit, where she's like, you got to be strong and tough like this guy, and like points to someone and everyone's like, that guy looks big. I am like, nothing about that was funny. Like, I'm aggravated.
So you're the turd in the punch bowl.
I don't say anything, though.
No,
I don't have a scowl on my face. I just sit there and I look at the 12 people who thought that was the funniest thing they've ever heard. And I'm like, what are you even doing?
Nobody thought it was the
life?
Funniest thing they ever
heard. They laughed out loud.
They're just, it's funny in context of, usually they don't get any humor when they're doing the announcements, and they got a little humor and they caught them off guard. They go, oh, hey, that was funny.
And on a plane, people are low-key terrified.
Yeah.
So they're happy for any release.
And also,
right?
Laughing at the jokes of the flight attendants ain't a bad idea.
Yeah.
You want to get a couple extra perks.
I don't drink. What are they going to give me? Pringles?
Do you not want Pringles? I'm pretty sure you want Pringles.
I love Pringles.
They got blue Doritos. I know you want a bag of those.
What do you mean you only have original?
I'm just annoyed that this is another segment that's come down to me having to apologize to my boyfriend later.
No, I don't think this is a situation. You're not saying anything bad about him.
No,
You're
but I'm
saying,
too hard on him. I judge him harshly for things.
Well, you judge, but you just said...
I judge everybody harshly.
You judge everybody harshly based on if you think they're funny.
Right.
And he is no different.
Correct.
You're not going to treat him differently.
Right, which is what this whole article is saying, is treat your man different.
Well, they're just saying
if you want to be happy.
They're saying that the...
I am happy.
They're saying the guys...
Is he happy?
I don't know.
They're saying the guys are happier when they think they're funnier. He doesn't sound like he thinks he's funnier.
He might, honestly.
Well, then, whatever. Maybe he is. You ever think about that? Maybe he is. Just because we're getting paid. You know, I mean, we got a horseshoe up our ass or something. I mean,
Gwen's a great example. Gwen is absolutely hilarious. My ex-wife, very, very funny.
Yeah.
That's why I divorced her.
You couldn't handle it.
I'll teach you to be so funny.
And they're out there doing it for free.
Stupid idiot.
I got to take a break. You want to text?